Hey there, real quick before I jump into this, I just want to let you know that I have a Motivation Monday newsletter. Every single Monday, I send it out around 7 a.m. Eastern time. I've been doing it for over 2 years now, and there's a lot of great motivation in there that you can immediately implement. I talk about hot takes in the fitness industry. I share some amazing quotes, immediate fitness tips that you can add in and see great change right away as soon as you add it into your lifestyle. So make sure to click the first link down below. No strings attached. I promise you this will be the greatest way to start your Monday. Now into this awesome episode.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Fit, Healthy, and most of all, Happy podcast. I'm your coach and host, Josh, here with
his co-host and co-coach, KG, and I'm in the house. Today, we're going to be talking about 7 healthy habits that can change your life. And I wanted to keep them simple. So there's 7 simple healthy habits, right? A lot of times people overcomplicate things and they think that they need to spend a ton of time, money, energy, and just do so much. And a lot of times when you do that, it doesn't even end up giving you great results. Like the return on investment isn't actually too great. So these 7 things, I promise you, if you start to add one thing in at a time, and you focus on it, I promise you, your entire life can be completely changed. Now into number 1. So the first thing is just scheduling time for exercise. Now, the key word here is schedule. So you notice here, I didn't say go exercise. Like that should be a given. You should be walking, you should be working out, you should be doing all that great stuff. But I have to have a conversation with a lot of people who are struggling. And I find so many people, they end up missing out on exercise just because it's not scheduled in, right? Everyone has a busy life. And I find that when you let life kind of take over, you'll end up putting your fitness journey to the side, at least like most people will, right? You know, kids, business, like family, work related things, like social, like there's always going to be something that will take over. So one of the greatest things you can ever do is try to keep things done like at the same time, just so it becomes a habit. And if you can't do that, on Sunday, sit down with a calendar and figure out, when am I going to get my workout in? How am I going to get my workout in? Who am I going to get my workout in with? Like actually plan ahead. And one of my key tips for most people is try to do it when there's less distraction. So for example, at 7 p.m., if you're always noticing people are pulling you in different directions, like I find it's not actually the best time for a lot of people. Whereas like 7 a.m., usually there's a lot less. Like your boss isn't going to be calling you. There's not going to be as many things that you'll have to attend to. So I find that doing this in the morning and scheduling it makes such a big difference. So this alone can change the game for you, and it's going to be tip number 1.
Yeah, and even a bonus there is don't just say I'm going to go to the gym some point today. Like if you have a pretty open day, you'd be amazed how easy it is to put it off and then inconveniently or conveniently be like, oh shoot, I ran out of time to work out. So even for me, on the days where I have a lot of time, I'll decide I'm going at this time. I won't waver from it. And just having that set in makes it way easier to actually follow through with it. Whereas if you keep pushing it off, you're just going to end up missing out. So I love that tip. And that was just a little bonus I wanted to share there. My second tip, and probably one of my biggest ones, is develop your magic morning. So this is different for everyone, and I have worked year over year to find out what works best for me, and I've had to navigate this through being in school, through having a puppy, through having a crazy work schedule, starting a business, having kids, so many different things, and it's evolved and adjusted as life has gone on. But the one thing that's been constant is I've tried to find that magic time in the morning. So first and foremost, I try to make sure I'm waking up with intention and purpose by waking up on time with an alarm, getting to bed on time the night before, not hitting snooze, jumping out of bed, and from there, taking a second for myself. So not looking at my phone, not looking at news, not looking at Instagram reels, but just taking a second to think about what I'm going to do that day, what I'm going to do that morning. From there, I'll usually chug a glass of water to rehydrate myself from that sleep. Ideally, from there, I'll go on a walk and spend some time in sunlight, allow myself to naturally wake up. And then from that, I'll usually spend some time doing some journaling, maybe read a little bit of a book. And none of this seems to be extensive. These are little tidbits, right? So that first segment I talked about maybe takes 3 to 5 minutes. From there, I'll usually do like a 15 to 20 minute walk. The journaling and maybe 5-10 pages of a book will often be 10-15 minutes at most. So it sounds like I'm doing a lot and it's hyper unrealistic, but it's not whatsoever. You just need to find a way to inject a little bit of that. And you'll notice too, I'm not letting the rest of the world pull me down. I'm actually taking time to wake up and put myself in an optimized position. From there, I usually like to eat the frog, as I like to say. So doing something difficult, doing something challenging, getting that done. And then from there, I'll start to like look at my phone and get into the tasks of the day, eat a healthy breakfast. And this might be entirely different for you. It might be you waking up and immediately going to the gym, or doing some stretching, or taking time immediately to be with your family. Whatever makes you feel the best and whatever you know is propelling you towards your goals is exactly what you want to do. But the more you can really isolate this and find that magic morning, even if you're not a morning person, the more you can add intention and purpose to this time, even eating a healthy breakfast, these small things will really stack and become great positives in your life.
Yeah, next up, you're going to want to add in some sort of gratitude and meditation or breathing practice. So we live in a world where like everything's just chaotic, right? Just we're constantly getting stressed, just activating stress hormones in our bodies. There's a lot going on, right? And it depends on the caliber of life you live, but like there's always something, right? And if you can always maintain some sort of gratitude and meditation practice, I really do feel like you can control a lot of that stuff around you. Like you can feel more grounded, you can feel more positive. And even like no matter what happens in the day, if there's a bunch of stuff pulling you in different directions, a lot of it's on us. Like if we can pull ourselves back into just being grateful for the things around us and just like simply taking a few deep breaths, like that's all I really ask. And I feel like it makes such a big difference. And I've noticed myself, like if I have a tougher day, like even if there's like, I'm a little bit overwhelmed and, there's a lot of crying that's gone on, with the baby life, like, and I just take a few deep breaths afterwards or like spend time thinking about gratitude. Like it's amazing at how great you can feel after. And the thing I really want to get you to think about is just like, it doesn't need to be a 30-minute like deep breathing session. It doesn't need to be like write down 100 things that you're grateful for. I really, really encourage you to spend a few minutes here and there, or even a few seconds here and there, and integrate it how you see how it'll fit, right? It could be sending 3 gratitude texts to people in the morning that you are grateful for and switching it up and doing that for the next few weeks. It could just be like on your drive, taking 10 deep breaths and just being very, very present. Like it doesn't have to be anything massive, but I find little sprinkles throughout the day can keep you grounded and make such a big difference in your happiness, in your health, in your positivity, and every single area of your life. And I truly believe it can change people's lives for the better. So I really recommend not missing out on this one.
Yeah, and even meditation doesn't need to be complicated. Like one great exercise you could do is just one intentional breath each day. Big breath in, big breath out. It always feels good to do that. And I know that sounds so trivial, but building that pattern is so good. And I think the more you can appreciate meditation instead of having it be something you did. Before it was something I would do just to check a box, but now I really try to look at it as me like recovering, taking some intentional time, even setting a timer for 10 minutes, just like a quiet 10 minutes with your eyes closed, even if you're not hyper fixated on your breathing. It's incredibly refreshing, especially in a time in a world where we jump from screen to screen and quick dopamine and just jumping into scrolling. Like taking a second to pause and be alone with your thoughts is so amazing. And I want to share a really good meditation app that's super bare bones and is totally free. It's called Oak, O-A-K. I really, really like this. I actually got like a free full year to Headspace, and it's just like overly complicated for no reason. I find it's hard to navigate. So if you're looking for somewhere to start, I really like Oak. I think it's very basic, very simple, and it's really all it needs to be. So that's definitely something I would recommend. But my next tip would be actually spending some time in nature. And I know I mentioned I go outside, I go on a walk, and that does count, but I think you can take it a step further. And I'd say the 2 greatest forms of nature, like that most people have access to, is being in a forest of some kind or being by a body of water. If you have like a mountain near you or something, you get a whole nother level of being spoiled, because obviously that's really motivating. But any big nature is beautiful. Even sand dunes are beautiful. Like it just feels good to be outside. And I've used the analogy, it's like a dog. When you have a dog inside, they kind of just lay around, don't feel the best. And when they go outside, they just light up. You can just tell they come alive. And like I said, it's too easy to bounce from screen to screen, appointment to appointment, sit in the car. So it's a really great opportunity, if you haven't, to get out, spend some time in nature, even if it starts with the backyard or going on a walk, but taking some intentional trips to do some hikes, to go swimming, to go to a lake, to go to a beach. You'll notice it'll give you a fresh outlook. It'll be really rejuvenating, and it'll add some excitement to your life.
Yeah, next up, I really recommend carving out some time for downtime and just like you time or things that you look forward to. So I think it's kind of easy to forget, right? Especially as life pulls us in different directions and there's just a lot that we're doing for others, like very common for a lot of us. So even like it could be joining a sports league where you go out once a week and you play your sport that you used to love growing up with, and just maybe watching your favorite show, like just find time for yourself, right? And I think for a lot of people, it does have to get scheduled out. So it kind of goes to my first thing where I was talking about scheduling exercise. Because once again, it's so easy to just like run around and do a lot, which I totally get. But I do find that like these things, like giving yourself permission to enjoy life, to have things to look forward to, like it just keeps you so excited. Like there's things that I do in my life, like some car events that we do, our beach volleyball, like whatever it is that I'm even playing poker with some buddies, like low stakes poker, play a couple dollars. Like it's just really exciting. It's just fun being around cool people. Like it's just, life is too short to just like pay bills and die. Like go do some fun things. And this alone can just like make you feel so great and can keep your motivation at an all-time high, keep you excited, keep you pumped up for new things. And this alone, I think, is a really important one. A bit of a different tip that some people may not have been expecting, but I think it is very important just for overall happiness and health.
That's a great tip. I love just like filling up that calendar, knowing I have like this small thing to be excited for, this big thing, this super far out thing. So that's a big one. Don't sleep on that one. And my next tip is just always be learning and growing. It's really easy to see learning as like something you hated doing in school that isn't fun. But when you're doing self-learning and things that inspire you, that will build you up, that will help you grow, just such a nice feeling. And it's just, even you're doing it right now, listen to this podcast. I'm sure it's getting light bulbs going off for you. It's inspiring you. It's encouraging you to take action. And that's what it's all about. You can facilitate that even more, like obviously podcasts, audiobooks, reading books, having interesting conversations with people. I truly believe you can learn something from everyone, even if at surface it might seem like you may not. So put some effort into learning and really try to work your brain muscles as well. I know it sounds like a cliche, but I really make an intentional effort each day to read a book, an audiobook, a podcast, something where I can get a new idea, some new inspiration, or challenge my way of thought.
And last but not least, make sure to keep your space tidy. And this is like all of your space, right? They always say a tidy space equals a tidy mind. And as you can tell from a lot of this episode, it's working on our mind. And I feel like if we have a strong and powerful and unbreakable mind, every part of our life can end up replicating that. Like we can end up being unstoppable, but it all starts with our mind. So I feel like when things are cluttered, when things are all over the place, when you can't find things, it can be pretty chaotic. And you can do all the meditation practices and all the deep breathing and gratitude, but if just everything's chaotic and you don't have a schedule and things are a mess and your stuff is everywhere and just there's no organization, it's going to be very hard to follow through and schedule properly and get out there and enjoy that walk when you have a million things on the top of your head. So I really do think this is powerful. I know Josh is such a big fan of it and I've learned from him, but keep your car clean, keep your office clean, keep your workspace clean. This alone makes such a big difference. And with that, these are 7 simple, healthy habits that will absolutely change your life. Like I said, these aren't small little dinky things that make you feel good for a second. These are things that when done over and over again can absolutely change your life. The thing is, they have to be done consistently. Like you can't just clean up your space once and do one meditation practice and feel like, oh, I'm going to be, unstoppable now. You have to integrate it for a certain amount of time and create that habit, which is the most important word here, is that habit, right? So once again, make sure to join that newsletter. First link down below. I promise you, you're absolutely going to love it. If you're not following us on Instagram already, we post tons of tips, tricks, recipes, fire, motivation, all that great stuff that you're absolutely going to love. Our Instagram's Colossus Fit, COLOSSUSFIT. Thank you so much for spending time with us today, and we'll see you in the next episode. Peace out.